Welcome back. We are continuing with our series on the famous Jewish prayer called the Shema, and today we are looking at the last keyword, might, in Hebrew meod. This is, along with soul and heart, listed as one of the three elements of our being with which we should love our God.
Did you watch the introductory video about the Shema prayer? You should do so. We are looking at Deuteronomy 6, 4-5, the first part of the Shema prayer. It lists three things with which we should love our God: heart, soul, and might, in Hebrew meod. Actually, the Hebrew term meod gets translated in two slightly different ways in this verse. It gets translated as might, such as in ESV and many other translations, or as strength, such as in NIV and other translations. Okay, so might or strength. So let's explore our key term meod in more details.
The only problem is that the Hebrew word meod actually isn't might or strength at all. Hebrew has perfectly a good word to say strength, but it is not meod.
The normal word for strength in Hebrew is koach. So what is going on here?
Let's try to have a look at a couple of biblical verses where the word meod is used in its usual way to help us see where the problem and difficulty is with its use in the Shema prayer.
And let's start from the beginning, from the first book of the Bible, and from its first chapter. In the first chapter of Genesis, we have the description of the creation. God creates, and 6 times he calls what he has just created good. The final 7th time he calls it very good, which in Hebrew is meod tov, very good, meod good.
So meod is really just an adverb. It is a word that connects with another word and it alters its meaning. In case of meod, it intensifies the meaning of the word with which it connects. So by connecting the word meod to good, we have very good.
Genesis 4:5 says that Cain was very angry with his brother Abel before he killed him. He was meod angry. Genesis 7:18 says that the waters of the flood got very powerful, meod powerful. Or when Genesis 30:43 says that Jacob became very wealthy and his property greatly increased, it actually says that it meod increased. It double intensifies the wealth of Jacob. It was exceedingly great, very, very great. And there are many more examples like that.
So we can see that meod is an adverb that means many, much, very. So what's up with its use and the problem and the difficulty in the Shema prayer? In the Shema prayer, the word meod stands alone. There is no word connected to it that it could intensify. So that's the puzzle. How do we solve it?
Let's have a look at how others solved it. Where does the translation strength comes from? When the Jewish rabbis translated the Hebrew text of the scripture into Greek in so-called Septuagint, and when they got to the Shema passage, they used the Greek word dunamis to translate this particular instance of the meod. And Greek dunamis, from which we get dynamite, means strength, power.
So now we know where we got this particular translation from, and in the context, it's fairly good translation. Yet this word study should help us to understand the text better. When the Shema exhorts us to love our God with our meod, with our muchness, it calls us to love Him wholly, with all the faculties, with all the means we possess. So that's it. That was the final part of the Shema series. Check out the other videos and see you soon.